In the 1980s, Seattle's underground hip-hop movement was just starting to be seen and understood by those who were less involved. On August 17, 1984, an event at the Seattle Center Exhibition Hall held a showing for the hip-hop culture to be acknowledged on a broader scale. The breakdancing crew, called the Emerald City Boys, performed in small venues in the early 80s, but few people recognized the energy and the newness that this movement was bringing to the youth. With this new music, sound, and dancing style, the original popular music scene in the Northwest had been mainly based around rock and roll. Within this new culture that was emerging, not only was it music, but dance, graffiti, clothing, and new slang were all adopted as well. Schematic's "Breakin' in Space" was a song that came out in 1984. It contributed to the boost of spirit revolving around the breakdancing movement. The song is a mixture of funk, electro, and rap about a man who bumps into a group of breakdancers in space and catches the groove, quote unquote. The song ends with his coming to the conclusion that breakdancing is the thing of the 80s. It was a perfect expression of breaking of this time period because it was the first wave of breakdancing, which was 1979 to 1985. It took many of its moves from science fiction in the media, such as Star Wars and The Empire Strikes Back. The idea of quote-unquote space was cool during this time. Because of the end of the Cold War, which in turn brought the end to the space race, there was also an end to galaxy fantasies, which leads to why Schematic's song no longer fits the vibe of current b-boys. The new era of breakdancing began again in the mid-1990s, and that is what this tour will teach you about. Circle of Fire was a crew which started in 1997. Circle of Fire is a crew whose movement does not follow the traditional flow of being robotic-like. They do not do dance moves that are similar to moonwalking or which give the illusions of floating through space, although their floor work is particularly considered to be acrobatic. This new crew says they don't like labels because their movement is forever changing and adapting based on inspiration from other forms of dance. They even have begun to hesitate calling themselves breakdancers because of the limits the term puts on their crew and what they are capable of.